Good afternoon, everybody. All right, sit down. Okay, so we are going to read the chapter A Song About Myself. Though in the book, in your book, the name of the chapter is A Song About Myself, but the real name of this poem is Naughty Boy, and it is composed by John Keats. Okay, see, this is the picture of John Keats. John Keats, he was born in the year 1795 and he died in the year 1821. Now, before we progress with the chapter itself, we need to know a bit of history about his childhood and who he was as a person and how his literary interest grew. See here, born in 1795, eldest of 4 children, sent to small boarding school with a more progressive and liberal curriculum, his parents could not afford the more prestigious Harrow or Eton. So he was the eldest of all his siblings of his parents, and he was born in the year 1795 and he was sent to a small boarding school. Okay, and he was accustomed with that kind of education system, but his parents could not afford a more prestigious educational institution for him because of certain reasons. After his mother died, he was apprenticed to learn medicine. After 4 years in a school where his literary interests were encouraged, he was apprenticed at the age of 15 to learn medicine. That means he was learning, and after that he switched on to medicine. That is, he started in the career of practicing medicine. Okay. Now, early career, Keats completed his medical studies at Guy's Hospital in London at the age of 21. So, his entire study of medicine, it was completed by the age he reached of 21, and it was done from Guy's Hospital in London. He then made the conscious decision to become a poet and gave up his medical studies. But though he completed his study of medicine and he was practicing that, but suddenly this interest in literature grew within him and he left his career of medicine and he started practicing this literary way of his life, and he decided to become a poet. Then see, in 1820, John and his artist friend Joseph Severn moved into a house near the Spanish Steps in Rome. So he was having his friend, and along with his friend, he went to Rome. John Keats died at the age of 25 on February 1821 of tuberculosis and is buried in the Protestant cemetery, where there is this particular line which is engraved on his tomb, and that is, "Here lies one whose name was written in water." So what is it? He died at a very early age, only at the age of 25 he died. Okay, and because he was a Christian, he was buried, and on his tomb you have seen like this in cemeteries where Christians are buried. Okay, so there is this line written on his tomb: "Here lies the one whose name was written in water." That means written in water. So he himself, as he lived, as he was alive, he said that when I will die, this thing should be written, engraved on my tomb. So according to his wish, this particular lines were written on his tomb. Okay, so this much was a very brief introduction to his life, his career, and how he died. Now, these are the famous poems of John Keats. "When I have fears that I may cease to be, bright star, Ode to a Grecian Urn." These are the poems which are composed by John Keats. So till now, is it clear to everybody? Yes.
Why there is even numbered?
These are the number of certain quotations, the annotations which are placed where the poems are written. Okay. All right. Anything else? Everybody has understood? Okay. Let us see about the poem itself, which is there in your book. In your book, the poem's name is A Song About Myself. See, this is the poem. There was a naughty boy. A naughty boy was he. He would not stop at home. He could not quite be. He took in his knapsack a book full of vowels and a shirt with some towels, a slight cap for nightcap, a hairbrush comb ditto, new stockings for old ones would split this knapsack tight at the back. He riveted close and followed his nose to the north, and followed his nose to the north. So what is it? This poem talks about a boy who is very naughty and does not want to stay back at home. What does he want? He always wants to get out of his home because he is very adventurous and very wanderlust in his nature. So what does he want to do? He wants to go out, move out of his house and explore the nature and go to places which are very adventurous. Okay. So he always has his bag ready, okay, with all these things, the towels, the cap, the hairbrush, stockings, all these things are always ready with him so that he could pack his bag and move out of his house then and then whenever he feels like the craving of going out and the desire of going out and explore the nature. Okay, so we know about this boy who is not at all afraid of anything. He is very courageous, adventurous and wanderlust in nature, and that is the reason why he does not want to stay at a particular place. Rather, he wants to move out every time to every new places whichever he gets. So this is a brief explanation to this chapter. Now let us go through the summary of the poem. In the poem Naughty Boy, as I said, the poem's actual name is Naughty Boy, but in your book it is given A Song About Myself. John Keats reflects on the playful and mischievous nature of childhood. So we have already known that he was a naughty boy. Okay, so that means by the term boy, you can understand that he is still in his boyhood or childhood rather. Okay, so he says that the poet reflects on the playful and mischievous nature of childhood. The speaker, adopting the persona of a naughty boy, reveals the joyful but rebellious spirit of youth. So what is it? Adopting the persona of a naughty boy. Now, as I said, that we have already known that the speaker is talking about a naughty boy. Okay, so he is actually describing that naughty boy, his character. Okay, so what is he saying? That by the character of naughty boy, he reveals the joyful but rebellious spirit of youth. Okay, you can relate this to yourself as well. Okay, that in some of the time you suddenly have this urge to do certain things, to go out somewhere, run somewhere. So he was also kind of that boy that he would go anywhere wherever he feels like. He would go out of his house anywhere wherever he feels like, because he loves this. Okay, he loves to go out and explore the nature. Next, you see what it says. He speaks of how he would indulge in playful actions that sometimes break rules, yet he feels no remorse for it. So he knew, he deliberately does this, that he gets out, he moves out, he visits new places. All these things are known by him, and he is very cautious about the fact that sometimes he is breaking the rules as well. So all of you, as you can relate it, the boy who we are knowing are almost of your age, and you all know that there are certain rules which you also need to follow. But this particular boy knows that sometimes he is breaking the rules, but still he does not worry about that. The boy enjoys the simplicity and freedom of being young, exploring and learning through his experiences, even if it means causing trouble. So what is it? The boy enjoys the simplicity and freedom of being young. Being young means there is no tension of life, there is no work pressure, so you are free to do whatever you feel like. So this boy is also free to do whatever he loves and whatever he likes. So he enjoys the freedom. Okay, he enjoys the freedom of being young, exploring, as we have already known that he loves to explore the nature and learning through his experiences. The more you will go out, the more you will see new places, the more you will meet new people, your experience will increase. Okay, so he loves all those things, even if it means causing trouble. So this naughty boy, it is already mentioned that he is naughty, so being naughty may end up, that means this boy being naughty may end up having troubles, but he is okay with it. Even if he faces troubles, he would not mind, he is okay with it. His main motto is that I will visit the places, visit new places and have adventure. Okay, now see, Keats presents this rebelliousness not as something negative but an essential part of growing up and discovering oneself. So Keats, John Keats, the poet of this poem, he says he presents this naughtiness of this boy not as something negative. He does not say that being naughty like that boy is a negative aspect of life. He does not say that. What he says instead, it is an essential part of growing up, because whatever experience you have in your childhood, in your boyhood or girlhood, whatever, during this period of time will help you grow as a human being, as a person in your later life. Okay, you can discover your own self, what your likes are, what your dislikes are, what you like to do, what you don't like to do. These are the things which you need to understand, and that helps you grow as a person. The poem emphasizes the carefree, unburdened nature of childhood and the innocence that comes with it. So what is it? The poem emphasizes on the carefree nature, unburdened nature of childhood. As I have already told, that this particular boy, the age he is in and the time that he is going through, he does not have any tension in his life. He is very free of any kind of tension or work pressure. So what is it? This is unburdened nature of childhood. There isn't any burden on him that I have to do this, I have to do that, I have so much of work which I need to complete, which there are so many of things that I have to fulfill. There is no such pressure, and the innocence that comes with it. So the boy is very innocent. Whatever he is doing, be it good, be it bad, be it breaking the rules, sometimes it is all done with innocence, because he is at that stage that he is innocent and exploring his life, exploring the nature and growing with his experience. He is gathering his experience and growing with his experience. Through this, the poet encourages embracing one's youthful spirit and happiness that comes with living the moment. That means what I will do tomorrow is not the matter. What I am doing today, that is more important according to the poet, according to this naughty boy, because he wants to live the moment. He does not want to remain calm and quiet at that very moment, and he would think that okay, I cannot explore the nature today, so I'll explore it tomorrow. It is not the matter. The matter is he wants to live the moment, and whatever is done for living the moment, he does everything. Understood or not? Anybody having any confusion here? Yes, Tanisha? Youthful means being young. Okay, sit down. Anybody else, any other query? Sure? Alright. See, in your book, you have just the first stanza of this poem. But this poem is not that short. This poem is actually having 4 stanzas. You have till this much. Okay? Next you see, this is the second stanza, which is starting from here till here. Then comes the third stanza, and finally comes the 4th stanza where it ends. So in the actual poem is actually very long. Okay? But in your book, you have only the first paragraph of this long poem. The entire poem is talking about this particular boy, and it continues to talk about the boy, how he experiences his life, how he explores his life. All right? Sure? Anybody having any confusion? Okay. Let us now quickly revise what you have already read. Who is the speaker in the poem? Who can say? Yes, Adhibo? Okay, John Keats is the speaker. Anybody else? Any other? Sit down. Any other alternative answer? Okay. We cannot say that the poet is the speaker of the poem. Okay. Yes, the poet is framing the poem. The poet is composing the poem, but it is not always the poet who is speaking. Okay. So it's the narrator who is speaking, and here in this particular poem we have a character. Okay, we have a character about whom we are knowing. So who the character is? Yes, the naughty boy. Next is, what does the naughty boy enjoy during the poem? What does the naughty boy enjoy? Yes, Devoshmi, sorry.
The naughty boy enjoys the adventures in the mountain and when likes to do.
Alright. Alright. Coming to the next question. What aspect of childhood is emphasized in the poem? What aspect of childhood? That means, what do we know about the childhood of this particular boy? Yes.
Childhood is particular boy. He wants to live his children, enjoy his life rather than childhood, and also explore the world beyond his constraints of the world.
Alright. Fine. Now, what is the overall tone of the poem? Anybody? The overall tone of the poem? Yes, Aratrika?
So, what I know of the poem is like an explanation of the reason.
Okay. Next, why does the speaker refer to him as naughty? Yes, Devoshmi?
The speaker refers himself as naughty because he thinks that he doesn't want to stay at home and roam around everywhere where he likes to.
Alright. Sit down. Anybody else? Any other alternative answer? Kathak?
The speaker refers himself as naughty because he would not stop at home and he would always stay out of home and explore.
Alright. Fine. Now let us see the probable answers to these questions. The first one, who is the speaker in the poem? The speaker in the poem is the naughty boy himself. He is reflecting on his playful, mischievous nature. So the main character of this poem is the naughty boy, and the entire poem is talking about him and is reflecting on his playful and mischievous nature. Now, what does the naughty boy enjoy during the poem? The naughty boy enjoys being mischievous, breaking rules, and enjoying the freedom that comes with childhood. Alright? Next, the third question. What aspect of childhood is emphasized in the poem? The poem emphasizes the carefree, rebellious, and adventurous spirit of childhood, where rules are often bent or ignored. So when I was discussing the summary of the chapter, we have already known that there are certain times, okay, when this boy is breaking the rule and he is okay with it because he wants to live the moment. He is not concerned about what the rules are or what he would be doing the next day or later in future. Rather, he is concerned about the present moment and he wants to live the moment even if it means breaking the rules. Okay. Now, next is, what is the overall tone of the poem? The overall tone of the poem is playful, carefree, and light-hearted, reflecting the fun and innocence of childhood. So this is the tone of the poem. What is the tone? The tone of the poem means what way the poem is written, what is the poem talking about. It's all about playful, carefree, and light-hearted, reflecting the fun and innocence of the childhood. The last question, why does the speaker refer to him as naughty? So why is the speaker referring himself to be naughty? The speaker refers to himself as naughty because he indulges in mischievous behavior not always following the rules but enjoying his youthful freedom. So this we have already known, that he indulges in mischievous behavior. He knows that he is naughty. He knows that he is deliberately doing the things which is making him naughty. He knows that he is deliberate to get out of his house, not staying in his house. And that is the reason why he is termed as naughty, and he is okay with it. Okay. And he does not always follow the rules. As I said, that the following rules doesn't matter to him. He is okay with the rules which are broken by him. Okay. The main aspect of the nature is enjoying his youthful freedom. So what is the main thing, the most important thing about the poem, about the character of the naughty boy, is he wants to enjoy his freedom. No matter what people are saying to him, whether people are addressing him to be naughty, or people are saying that he is breaking rules and he is not maintaining the discipline properly, that does not matter. What matters to him is that he will be going out, he will be living his moment, he will be gaining experiences by visiting new places and have adventure, because he is very wanderlust in his nature. Clear or not? Anybody having any query? Okay. So on this note, we end this chapter. Thank you.